Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Big Sons put out a video a while back about being careful. I believe it was about videotaping him using his credit card, and someone had seen it and showed him in the background about you gotta watch that because somebody get that and take your number and steal your money and all that stuff. But I want to talk to you about what happened to me. Right when I started doing my little YouTube channel, I did it. I've been doing it because I'm having fun and doing goofy stuff about lawn, my lawnmowers and my lawn and taking care of stuff. But my main thing was, I had this bright idea about having a side hustle, and I was gonna be this lawnmower flipper, they flip houses and cars and stuff. And because I like to tinker and I have fun doing it, and I made a mistake of my first venture into this was actually my first auction, and I got a little carried away. I didn't even do my homework. I didn't even read the fine print of the lawnmowers or what was going on with the lawnmowers, and I went buck behind wild, and I made a mistake. And the first mower I bought was a stand-up John Deere stand-up mower, which it was like a 60-inch. I didn't know how big this thing was, but I didn't read the fine print. It was on fire, and I bought that one. And I mean, it was an auction. I just kept on pressing the button. Oh, everybody, they got me on the other ones. You're not gonna get me on this one. I just kept on pressing the button. I mean, it was stupid, but I had fun. That one later on became a cash cow, and I wound up junking it. I literally junked it. I got so frustrated, I junked it and actually went and bought me a brand new one. That's a whole nother story. But the other mower I got was a John Deere 220 E-Cut hybrid. I didn't realize what the heck I was buying, and again, I didn't read the fine print, which said that the reel wasn't working. And long story short, to get this thing fixed what's gonna break the bank. This is like the Cadillacs of real mowers, $165 just to have a person come and look at it. There's no place in Georgia that I figured out you could take it to have someone look at it. This company actually sells John Deere's, but they're in the Carolinas. And they said they have mobile technicians to come out and check my mower, which was going to cost me, just for him just to show up was $165. And then it was like $120 an hour for him to work on it. And I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And, everybody on the Facebook and everything was telling me, hey bro, you got to do this. It's this switch. It's that switch. And, and I slowly started trying to buy some of this stuff. And, this mower, the parts for this mower are expensive as all get out. But, another long story short, it was missing it said the reel's not turning, and it was missing the brake cable. I replaced the brakes cable switch. There's a switch that when you got a handle on one side that actually tells the machine that it's in a brake, that it's in a brake. And I replaced the cable itself, which was okay, it wasn't that hard. I later found out that this thing has because it's so low to the ground. It has what's called transport wheels. It didn't have the transport wheels on it. Would you believe the transport wheels for this thing is one wheel? Everything that belongs to this one wheel is like $600 brand new. Oh my God. But you know, I got so frustrated that I was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not even gonna put on YouTube what I paid for it, but I just wanted to get some of my money back. So I put on Facebook Marketplace. I was gonna sell it $1,000 as is. You get it fixed. The motor works, everything. Just the reel doesn't work. And backlap means it'll turn back. The reel will turn backwards. So whatever's going on with the reel, it was really nothing to do with the reel itself, because it backlap. Backlap means when it turns the other direction, so that you can actually sharpen it. You put this chemical like solution on it, and you paint it, and then it'll it actually sharpens backwards. But that's another story. But I put on Facebook Marketplace, and I realized that okay, me being a lawnmower flipper, it ain't gonna work, because I get frustrated real quick, and everybody wanted to lowball me on this lawnmower, which I know goes for the minimum, the low side of like $1,500-$1,600 to $2-3 grand, and it's no big deal. But I didn't realize what I had, and then I just got frustrated. Then right before I was about to take it off the market, this guy sends me a message. Oh, call this number, text this number in Virginia. My father-in-law has been looking for one of these. And okay, my retarded self, nothing against slow people, but I'm just saying, I text the guy, and he says, oh great, I'm looking for it, send me pictures. And I sent him pictures of it and explained that it backlaps, goes backwards, but doesn't go forward. And on this mower is so high tech that when you start it up, there's a light that goes on. If the light flashes a certain amount of ways, it's telling you what's wrong with it. It gives you a certain code, a certain amount of flash. It didn't do none of that. And I even, before I go back to the guy that I'm sending these pictures to, I even got on the phone with the dealer out of the Carolinas. He said, just try this, unhook this, do this, unhook that. And long story short, everything that man told me to unhook, I unhooked, and I left it unhooked for a good 2 or 3 months. And this is later on, what I'm gonna tell you about. This is later on, after this guy was like, send me the pictures. So back to the original story, because I'm all over the place, I apologize. The guy says, send me the pictures. And he said, oh, great. I'll send you a cashier's check for $1,000. That's all I got to say. $1,000, as is, you can get it fixed. And he said, I'll send you a cashier's check. And then after that, once it clears, I'll have a company come pick the mower up. I was like, okay, fine. And I'm thinking, a cashier's check. I know the game. You're going to send me a fake cashier's check, and I'm going to, but I was literally going to hold on to this. I was going to cash it and hold on to this mower at least a month to make sure that this was legit. So once I send it to you, then I know I got ripped off. Okay. So the guy was like, I got a tracking number on it and everything. You can track that coming to the house and blah, blah, blah. I tell my wife, she says, as you can see, in the background, I drive an 18-wheel. I told, my wife says the check showed up. I said, okay. I waited till I got home. And I looked at the check. All I said, I'm selling this for $1,000 as is. That's it. I just trying to recoup some of my money that I did, because I kept on pressing that button I just kept on pressing that button for the auction. Like I'm gonna win this auction. Like I learned my lesson. Probably not. And so I get the check. I look at it, and I want you to see if you can see that. The check is for $3,000. I'm an old man here. See that check? This is a cashier's check, right? The check is for $3,550. I just kept it. I kept this check because it's to remind me, don't be stupid. Everybody trying to play you. And now, every red flag, the red flag it went off, but every red flag known to man is now on full-fledged alert status. So I go to my bank, which is Chase, go to customer service and tell her, hey, bro, I'm pretty sure I have a fraudulent check. Is there any way we can check? Oh, there's nothing. The guy goes, oh, there's nothing I can do for you. You got to call that bank. But I'm like, wait a minute. You guys are the banking institution. You should be able to check this out, right? He said, no, I can't. Literally nothing. There's nothing I can do for you. This bank I've been banking with like 11, 12 years. Sorry about customer service. So I get on my phone on the internet, and I research this bank. There's no need to tell you what bank, but I Googled it and actually called the bank and called, I guess, the fraud department. And I said, I literally have a fraudulent check. I just want to double check that this check is fraudulent. And I explained what it is, and she said, okay, can you read off the numbers at the bottom? Read off the numbers at the bottom. Can you read off, is it to our bank? I said, yep, it's to your bank. And she said, there's a name, the issuer of there's an issuer of the, on the check. She said, what's the name of, who's the issuer that issued the check? There's like a name on it. And I said the person's name. She said, yeah, that's bogus. She said, yeah, that's not a good check. And she said, can you send me pictures and so forth? So I said, yes, ma'am. And I sent it to a certain email address, fraudulent, yada, yada, yada. And then after that, I'm already pissed, but I send the guy and a text back, and I'll be honest with you, everybody positive on YouTube, but I wasn't positive with the words I had. You thought I was stupid, yada, yada, yada. Explicit. So, now, long story short, which it's still a long story, I don't know why I keep on saying that. I decide, no, I'm going to get out of selling these flipping lawnmowers and get out of there because it ain't working. And I just ain't got time for the baloney. And, I get home from a long run. I decide, hey, I better start putting these wires back on this mower so I don't forget where they were supposed to go. I reconnect everything on the mower and start it up, press the button. Now, the reel is working forward. It's cutting. It's going forward. You see what I'm saying? It didn't go backwards because I didn't realize, again, we guys we don't read the instructions. No instructions came with this. I didn't realize I had to put it in park. I have to put the lever on the left, put it in park, there's a button on the side down to press for the reel to go backwards it's called backlapping. That works. This is the only thing that was wrong with this mower. So now it goes forwards and backwards. Now I have a mower that works. And it just wasn't just a mishap or maybe a short or something. I've been playing with this thing for a good 6 or 7 months. Every time I come home, I start it up. I have an area I play with. I really don't need the mower, but I'm not getting rid of it because these people don't piss me off so dang much. But this is like the Cadillac of real mowers. And I learned the lesson to have some common sense about you got to watch everybody isn't as nice and honest as we are, you know. And, you know, I just wanted to get what I got back because, you know, before that I had sold 2 other mowers and I just sold them what I paid for them for. One guy was this guy that, you know, he was just starting out a real mower. He was all excited. He didn't realize it said John Deere on the mower, but it was a McLean. And if you know about anything about mowers, it was a McLean mower. He was all excited. I seen a smile on his face. I said, hey, this is going to go to a good home. He's going to have a ball with it. The second guy was, I had bought another McLean. Same thing. His house, you know he had money, but he didn't have a truck to come pick it up. I brought it to his house. And, you know, a month or 2 later, when summer hit, he sent me pictures of his mower. I was jealous as hey, this guy, I mean, he had the mower and he just had a ball with it. And, you know, you're not going to make too much out of it, you know, but just use common sense. Everybody isn't like you and me. They're out to get you. They're out to rob you. And these people that were trying to undercut me don't realize now I have a you know, the Cadillac of mowers, real mowers. It works. I don't know how, because you know, maybe one of the switches was plugged in wrong. Who knows? But the fact is, it works now. I'm probably not gonna sell it. I don't have another long story. I don't have the grass, but when you real mow, you got to real mow 2 or 3 times a week. I can't do it. I'm an older truck driver. But let me cut this because this video is going longer than I wanted to. But just when you're doing stuff out here, even videotaping like Big Son said, or if you're trying to conduct business or whatever, have some common sense. A lot of people are out to get you. You got to watch it. You know, they're not trying to be nice about it either, especially nowadays. They're just out to get you. And just be prepared for that. And learn from like a lawnmower fanatic who just likes to buy lawnmowers. Just do your homework. And don't take cashier's checks. No matter how much they say. If they ain't got cash, or they don't if they ain't got cash,